Boost your confidence, unlocking your voice, a complete guide to discovering and developing your vocal type. The chapters are the elements of a voice type, assess your voice for males, assess your voice for females, how to improve your voice, and your 6-month plan. This is Eleonora and I'm Pierre. Eleonora, it looks like everybody's talking about their voice type right now, but I don't really get it. I don't even see why it should be important. Could we unpack the topic in real depth? Maybe cover more examples, common myths and exercises? So I really own the whole voice type concept?
Of course, let's take a scenic tour. We'll revisit each classification, sprinkle in practical tests, bust a few misconceptions and highlight iconic singers whose careers prove that every category can be spectacular. Keep a notepad handy, you'll leave with a personalized roadmap.
I used to think voice types were just an opera thing. Pop singers don't audition for arias, right?
True, but the opera world gave us vocabulary that's still useful. A smart pop or jazz vocalist asks, where do I shine most consistently? That awareness guides song selection, key choice, microphone technique, even band arrangements. Bruno Mars writes hooks that sit in his tenor tessitura. Billie Eilish records in keys that flatter her light alto weight, and Johnny Cash kept tracks low to maintain his trademark boom.
So tessitura is comfort zone, timbre is color, and vocal weight is thickness. Got it. But how do I measure them without expensive software?
There are 3 do-it-yourself assessments. First, coffee shop test. Sing a simple scale quietly enough that you wouldn't disturb someone at the next table. Notice which range feels effortless to sustain for a full minute. That's a strong clue to tessitura. Color spectrum chart. Record yourself reading a nursery rhyme in chest voice, then in a gentle head voice hum. Describe each clip with adjectives like dark, smoky, bell-like, or is it silvery, bassy, or hollow. Those words paint your timbre palette. Weight tug of war. Alternate 2 measures of full chest la with 2 measures of falsetto oos. Observe the muscular effort. Heavy voices feel like pushing a sturdy door, light voices feel like opening a curtain. Write the results on a page, like range, comfort, color, or weight. Patterns jump out quickly.
Basses.
Classic basses thrive roughly E2 to E4. Hallmarks: cavernous resonance and leisurely vibrato. Listen to Paul Robeson's Old Man River. Each sustained E2 rumbles like distant thunder. Exercise. Read a paragraph on a low monotone. If it feels like normal speech, then bass territory may be yours.
I've noticed baritones sometimes envy tenors for radio hits.
Funny thing, baritones frequently are radio hits. Think of Chris Stapleton, George Ezra, or Shawn Mendes. They exploit mid-range grit and emotional warmth. Self-test. Sing the chorus of John Legend's All of Me in the original key. If you hit the A4 but prefer the velvety F3s, baritone bells should ring.
Tenors get the high belting glory.
And occasional stage fright. Their C3 to C5 tessitura intersects the guitar's sweet spot, so pop producers love them. Copy Sam Smith's Stay With Me. If your voice pops open like a champagne cork on the G4s, you're living in tenor town.
Countertenors still blow my mind.
They are rare gems. Their E3 to E5 comfort zone overlaps female contraltos, yet the tone retains a masculine shimmer. Listen to Klaus Nomi's Cold Song for a science fiction experience. Self-test. Glide from speaking register into an unbroken head voice F-sharp 4. If it feels as natural as whistling, countertenor potential is strong.
Now I leave Eleonora for 6 seconds and talk to you directly. If you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to hit subscribe. It helps the channel and you'll never miss a new video. Contraltos are the female foundation.
Precisely. They sit E3 to E5, like countertenors, but the timbre is earthier. Nina Simone's I Put a Spell on You illustrates dark richness. Try humming Happy Birthday down a fourth. If you're still comfy, contralto clues appear.
Altos seem plentiful in choirs.
Yes, F3 to F5 is a cozy mid-ground. Altos add glue in harmonies and can still soar above many male leads. Tracy Chapman's Fast Car shows alto storytelling power. Exercise. Sustain an F3 for 10 seconds, then slide to F5 without strain. An alto feels at home.
Mezzo is the genre chameleon, right?
Exactly. That's our single use of the forbidden word, so cherish it. Mezzos pivot between alto husk and soprano shimmer. Lady Gaga belts E5s but can also drop to sultry A3s. Self-test. Sing the shallow chorus in original key. If both chest and head blend smoothly, mezzo magic is likely.
And the aerial acrobat, soprano?
Their comfort zone is between C4 and C6. They have a crystal timbre and feather light weight. Ariana Grande's riffs in God is a Woman illustrate agility. Test. Whistle an octave above, twinkle twinkle and slide down. If your voice behaves like a laser pointer, soprano credentials emerge. There are 3 myths that trip up singers. First one, higher the better. Power is compelling at any pitch. Barry White's E4 electrifies an arena more than many shaky B4 belts. The second myth is range alone defines type. A tenor with laryngitis can outbass James Earl Jones, but illness doesn't change classification. Tessitura and weight trump temporary range. The third myth is you must stay in one lane. Freddie Mercury began as baritone leaning, but his training revealed that there was tenor brilliance. Re-evaluate every couple of years.
Examples help me remember. Could we pair each type with a genre or two?
Sure. Bass, blues, gospel, choral bass lines, Russian folk. Baritone, soul, country, storytelling, musical theater leads like Hamilton's Washington. Tenor, pop anthems, rock frontmen, R&B falsetto showcases. Countertenor, baroque arias, experimental art pop like Anthony and the Johnsons. Contralto, jazz standards, indie folk, cinematic ballads. Think Lana Del Rey if sung lower. Alto, singer, songwriter, pop, neo-soul harmonies, choral second lines. Mezzo, Broadway power belting, Latin pop, gospel leads. Soprano, EDM hooks, classical crossovers and K-pop high ad-libs.
I admire Freddie Mercury, but copying him verbatim feels wrong. How do I borrow without becoming a tribute act?
Use a 3-step filter. First, isolate technique. Maybe you love his vowel shaping on high A-flat 4s. Recreate that one skill in scales first. Second, translate to your timbre. A darker tenor might round the vowel more than Mercury did. Adapt but don't clone. Third, recontextualize. Apply this technique to your lyric and key. Now it's personal, not cosplay.
Sometimes I wish I had a weightier sound. Friends rave about husky baritones while I'm a tenor.
Remember, listeners crave authenticity. If Jason Mraz tried to sing like Barry White, fans would flee. Your natural attributes are the quickest route to emotional connection. Train versatility, yes, but lead with the voice you woke up with.
So I should design goals around enhancement, not replacement.
Exactly. There's our single E word. Appearance, mission accomplished. Work at the edges of comfort, but center yourself in the zone where tone, weight, and tessitura align.
This expanded guide feels like a full semester. Last question. If my classification shifts as I train, is that normal?
Completely. Young singers often move upward in early 20s, sometimes downward after long gigs or hormonal changes. Treat labels as snapshots, not prison bars. Keep measuring, keep singing, and let curiosity steer the ship.
I'm buzzing with ideas, and I'll keep an ear out for my lone E word, cameo, to make sure we stuck to the rule. Thanks for the epic lesson, Eleonora.
My pleasure, Pierre. Enjoy discovering and celebrating your one-of-a-kind voice.
Give me a minute to summarize. We have the voice and the genre where you find it. So the bass you find in blues, gospel, choral bass lines, and Russian folk. Baritone you find in soul, country storytelling, musical theater leads like Hamilton's Washington. Tenor you find in pop anthems, rock frontmen, R&B, falsetto showcases. Countertenor you find in Baroque areas, experimental art pop like Anthony and the Johnsons. And in the female range, contralto you find in jazz standards, indie folk and cinematic ballads. Alto you find with singer-songwriter pop, neo-soul harmonies, and of course choral. Second lines, mezzo-soprano you find in Broadway power belting, Latin pop, gospel leads, and soprano and EDM hooks, classical crossover, K-pop high, ad-libs. Do you want to sing yourself with real power and soul? Do you want to see how Eleonora nails opera, contemporary music, and songwriting? Then click the link below the video or go directly to superiorsingingcoach.com. That is superiorsingingcoach.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe. It helps the channel and you'll never miss a new video.